right?
Can I interject a bit?
Sure.
Yeah. Hi, Diego. I don't think we've ever interacted. Before I ask like my questions, what type of Protestant are you?
I'm not a Protestant at all.
Oh, what are you?
Christian.
That's a
I'm non-denomination.
Okay, so would you believe in faith alone, sola scriptura, and you would reject the idea of baptism saves?
What?
Well, before I ask my question, I just want to know what you believe.
No, repeat. No, sorry. Repeat that question again.
Yeah, so you would hold to sola scriptura, you would hold to sola fide, and you would not believe in baptismal regeneration.
Well, I do believe, like baptism is like an important, like public declaration.
That's not my question.
I'm getting into that. I do believe in sola scriptura, and it is by faith, it is by grace through faith that you are saved, not by good deeds, so that no man may boast.
Okay, in light of your interpretation of Matthew 16, 17, and 19, let's just say it's correct and there was no great apostasy and God's people has always been on earth. Can you name one person in the 2nd century who believed in sola scriptura, sola fide, and did not believe baptism saved?
No, I can't.
Robert, can you? What is sola fide?
Faith alone.
Faith alone. What's that?
It's the idea that it's sola fide. Sola fide is the Protestant doctrine that the instrument of justification is saving faith only. And as a corollary to that, in some Protestant traditions, is a rejection of baptism as a necessary ordinance for the remission of sins. Okay. Diego, can you name anyone in the 3rd century who held those views?
No.
4th century?
Definitely no.
I can. Charles Spurgeon taught on justification by faith alone.
I said 4th century, not 19th century.
In the 4th century, yeah.
I can find.
Yeah, I expect proof texts. How come, if God's people has already been always been on earth, and there was no great apostasy, how come there's no evidence of these central beliefs in the opening centuries of Christianity after the finalization of the New Testament?
Who are you asking?
Oh, you.
Oh, I can't actually answer that.
Why?
Because I don't know that much about, at least from like the 1st century, at least like the 2nd century AD, all the way to like the, I know basically other things about history besides, that kind of stuff and everything.
Okay.
I'm more into like looking at ancient civilizations, not religious.
Would you agree with me though? Like if your interpretation of Matthew 16 is correct, there would be believers in these doctrines.
Definitely.
Okay. When's the earliest? Outside presenting from the New Testament, who's the earliest witness to the belief that baptism is not regenerative, for instance?
I can't give you that. Can you?
Yes, it's John Calvin.
Okay.